Welcome to the High-Tech Investments News Report for Week 21. The news report covers some of the many investments projects High-Tech Investments is currently involved in so you can follow our progress. We hope you will enjoy this news feed and look forward to your comments and remarks.
Hi, Bo here, and welcome back to this week's news report, where once again we have plenty of news, we have plenty of updates, and we actually also have some upgrades that has just come out this particular week. Exactly what this is all about. Well, if you have followed our news reports in the past couple of weeks, you know already that we are looking at two new pruning options that are coming out. Exactly for which EA, for which company? Well, if you don't know already, then it's definitely time to gas up on your cup of coffee here and then basically follow this video all the way to the end. But obviously, this is one of the biggest things that we have for this particular week. New updates has been released, but this has been released also for multiple different versions of this particular EA, and exactly which ones it is, we're going to have a closer look at. And obviously there's already videos out there where we can also guide you in the right direction of exactly how this is going to work. But first of all, we're going to go through Yieldnodes. Unfortunately, there's not really much news. We did see some noise on the grapevines here. So if it comes to the Facebook part of Yieldnodes, some of the NFTs are now being basically released to the people that didn't claim them here before. It has taken a lot longer than we first anticipated and expected. And I think the same thing for the entire Yieldnodes management team. But there's nothing news directly from Urs or Steve. So we are not really going much more into detail at this particular time because there's only a few reports on this and we want to wait for the official results instead. So let's go and have a look at the SAP and SAP coin. That one has not really developed very well from the last week. As you can see, it's actually gone down just slightly again here once more. So there's quite a few zeros between it, and the basically changes are just minute at the moment. We are still waiting to get some of the good and positive updates that will then push this hopefully Rolls-Royce, or used to be Rolls-Royce coin for Yieldnodes and Decenomy. In the meantime, however, we are still staking these particular ones, and for the month of May it has actually been a good one. As you'll see here, all of a sudden, after having pretty much nothing for almost 2 weeks, on the 23rd and 24th of May, 280 SAPs coming in both days in here, which is great. And that has now taken our month of May to the biggest month overall with 1,680 SAP. That is obviously nice to see that things are going in that particular direction. And it also gives us about 2.3%, or the 560 SAP that we have gotten in. Good positive news, but it's obviously still hard to see exactly why and how this is happening, and then all of a sudden nothing is there. But again, I believe it has something to do with the volume that is being traded so far. Also for the PNY, we see that on the 25th something happened in here. But the month of May for the PNY hasn't really been very good so far. This is the one and only time we gotten the 133 PNY in. So that leaves us for that particular week with just 0.7%, or the 133 PNY overall. Obviously not impressive, but on the other end, we continue to stake. Hopefully things will look up in the future. And then obviously we have been very happy that we did this for a long time. Bitcoin versus USDT has also gone in a bit of a limbo. Last week when we left it around 67,000, and then it did have a nice little positive move all the way up to 72,000. Since then it was dropping down again, and as you can see for the past couple of days over the weekend here, pretty much trading sideways. And as of last night, it was actually doing 68,962. So obviously, again, it looks like it's taking a bit of a breather until the next move, and we'll have to see which way that one goes. For the Trillant news, there's not much news still, and we've been mentioning that for quite a few weeks. The only thing, again, that is coming out from the management team is the flow of information during this ongoing process, and we are still talking about the audit in here. They are saying, unfortunately, they are receiving inquiries about all what is actually happening to the Trillant platform, but unfortunately, they cannot pass on all the information due to the ongoing procedure, which is obviously frustrating. They understand the frustration in here, and then they ask for our understanding and patience once more, but this has been going on now for more than a year, and obviously information flow is very, very limited, so I can understand the frustration. So are we, of course. Things used to work quite nicely in the past, but obviously things have changed and taken a turn for the worse. If we have a look at the 3 coins, so this is the one that also supposed to actually go up, has gone down this particular week here. So this is the one you could also stake, but there's not really much happening on that particular one either. Last week we saw it at 0.0001434. Now it's gone down to 0.0001337. And again, the movement are small, minute, and unfortunately also in the wrong direction. If we have a look at something that's going in the right direction, however, not very fast, it's the Money 3 for week 21. The low risk one actually made $17 or 0.3%. Medium risk one, which is the one that really have done quite well overall, $17 or 0.4%. And then the high risk one, $19 or 0.5%. All of them extremely low. But also the Forex market here right now, it's not really very promising. So there's quite a few currencies that are trending, and it's not really good for most of the EAs that we are actually trading with. If we have a look again at the medium one and just see over time, we can see that we adjusted some of the settings in the past. They were a bit too aggressive, and we had to do that a couple of times. Then we learned our lesson. And after that, you can see things have been going okay. There has been a couple of drawdowns here last year, also here, but this year it has been a lot closer, a lot smoother. And at the moment also, there is no floating profit and loss right now, so which is obviously nice compared to how the market is working out at the moment. We also have to mention once more that the Profit Retriever EA, we are actually winding down the copy link service for the Profit Retriever. We actually want to spend more time on the Liberty versions. So that is the HDA, it is the RSI, and also the Wave Liberator. In here we have approved the Profit Retriever. It has been a really good EA for us. A lot of people have made a lot of money, so it has definitely been approved. But there's changes also now coming to the copy link trading with Expert Forex. And from there, we don't really want to move over the Profit Retriever. We want to have a different focus. So again, if you are part of the copy link service and you still have some of the links with the Profit Retriever with us, I suggest you disable them, because at the end of May here, we are expecting to close everything down. And if you want to continue, if you have one of the accounts that are in drawdown still, then definitely just disable the link, and you can then manually finish off the trade instead, so that we don't close the trades for you. Now we're also going to have a look at the Trade Explorer today, and that is doing quite well this particular week, even though some other ones are struggling. The 22 pair actually made $272 or 2.8%. The 10 pair one, which normally makes a bit more over time, has also done so this week with $427 or 4.3%. So that one is actually tracking quite nicely. And if we have a quick look at it, the 22 pair, again, weekly monthly returns, it is low because officially, again, we are not changing the lot sizing as it goes up. Even though we have a history of 275 days. It is always trading the same lot size, and that's why this percentage actually goes down over time. If we have a look at the last couple of weeks in the bottom right hand corner here, we can see that it was previous weeks, it was 114, 60, 59, and now it's back up again with 279. So definitely on the right way, and all the currency pairs you can see in here is also what is currently being traded and doing quite well. 10 pair one, again also here, weekly return and monthly return is lower than what it actually should be, because again, the account has more than doubled in here. So expect somewhere around 10 to 15% instead per month. Also, that one has 375 days of history, and look how nicely it has done. It did have a bit of a hiccup back in the early days. Since then, things have been going quite well. Also here in the past couple of weeks, things were going slow, $143, $128, and now this week, $427. So it's good to see that the Trade Explorer is actually picking up speed again. And also with the Wave Liberator, this one here also is not in a bit of a trouble, but definitely it could do a lot better. We see a lot of currency trending, and that's also why you'll see some very low numbers. So Great British Pounds, $42 or 4.2%. Swiss francs Japanese, $28 or 2.8%. US CAD, $27 or 2.7%. Aussie New Zealand, $25 or 2.5%. And then Aussie Japanese, $21 or 2.1%. If you would have traded those top 5 in the past week, you would have made $143 or 2.9%. If you would have had 5 accounts of $1,000 each, obviously 2.9% is definitely very good, but this is far from what we are used to. So obviously let's go and have a look at that. If we have a look at our entire portfolio here first, we have 20 EAs with the Forex Liberator Wave version. And you can see the returns right now, again, because we are trading FTMO. Monthly returns 1.4, weekly returns 0.3. Again, if you want to trade it on a normal trading account instead of FTMO, you can basically times 10 this, so about 14% per month and 3% on the weekly side. Trade wins 68.8%, is quite good. And then obviously a lot of history, 279 days. And a very smooth curve, but you can see it's actually flattening out a bit at the moment, and that's because again it is running into a drawdown with these ones here. Floating profit and loss is about minus 10,700 at the moment. We are still in profit, but obviously compared to what we have had in the past, very, very small. So that also shows you a bit on what is actually the Forex market is doing at the moment. You still have all these different currency pairs. We are the one that are actually doing individual ones. So we try to set them up for the individual currency pairs because some are more volatile than others. Some are more trendy than others also here. So that's why you can find all of this information on our website. It is all for free. And if you're missing something that we are talking about here in this particular news report, all you do is go to our website, click on the individual currency pairs or the robots, and then you'll find all the trading results right there for you. Now let's also have a look and see how it runs out. So the numbers are still the same. The history is still the same. And if we have a look at the past weeks, you can see also here 355, 330, and then all of a sudden a drop 209. And we simply haven't had anything that low. We saw one in February at 240. So this actually also shows again that the market is a bit on the difficult side to trade with at the moment, especially for the Wave and RSI Liberator versions. They don't like the trending currencies too much. If we have a look at the RSI Liberator, as I mentioned here, also this one is low. Euro, Great British Pounds, $48 or 4.8% for the week. Obviously sounds very nice, but compared to the normal months, Euro USD, $34 or 3.4%. Aussie USD, $33 or 3.3%. US CAD, $29 or 2.9%. And then CAD Swiss francs, $22 or 2.2%. Also here, if you had those 5 currency pairs, you traded them on $1,000 accounts, you would have made $167 or 3.3% for the week. Also, this one here is very, very low. We have a look at the entire portfolio that we have here. We have 22, and at the moment you can see that this is still new, 48 days, so only 1.5 months, but it's still going okay. Floating profit, however, is minus 3,377 at the moment. And you can also see the monthly returns because of what is happening in the market at the moment. The monthly return is not as good as on the Wave Liberator, but we are sure that this is also being ironed out over time. Once the market is actually correcting itself, it might take still a bit of time, but You can also see here that in the beginning, the floating profit and loss was quite good, less than 1,000. And then all of a sudden we see also a big spike on this particular one here. So it's not just for one EA, it's actually for multiple EAs at the moment. That seems to be struggling quite a bit, and that's also why we are trying to do a cautious approach. Now also for the RSI, we have the 22 ones in here, and you can also go and have a look at the individual ones. So which ones suit you, which ones you want to trade, for example. You can see exactly how well they are doing, what we have done with them, and then you hopefully can get some inspiration taking from here. Having a look at some of the numbers, obviously only 48 days in here. The monthly returns 1%. Yes, this is again because we are trading it on a $10,000 account, and you can use this for FTMO trading if that's what you want. Or you can simply just trade the individual ones on a $1,000 account instead, and then you'll have 10% monthly returns and weekly returns of 2%. Now, if we have a look at the net profits, also here you can see it's quite low, $208 for the entire portfolio, and that is the lowest one we have seen so far. The only one comes close is in early May, where things were also slowing down, and the best one, as you can see, 687. So again, this has been a very poor week for both Liberator versions. Now you can find more details on it, and I mentioned to you before that it was something that we haven't covered in the news report because there's only so much we can cover on all these EAs. You simply just go to our website in here, go to portfolio of opportunities, and then click on the Wave Liberator or the RSI Liberator in here. You find more details and information, and obviously some of the old news reports where we are covering some of the ups and downs that we previously had. Now we also have our PAMM accounts in here. One is covering the Wave Liberator, the other one the RSI. And when you click on that particular one, you come to this particular page where you will have more videos and results that we share with you, how things are working. If you want to have a closer look, if you want to be part of the trading itself in here, which is not directly trading for you because you don't really have to do anything. You simply just have to invest. Then you can click start here, and you can also download the setup instructions for the PAMM account, just to give you an idea of exactly how it's working. But again, make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into. Make sure you understand the full risk of this. And if we have a closer look at, just to see the history in here for the Wave Liberator, the PAMM account, we have dialed this down again, as I mentioned before. Monthly returns 6.5%, weekly returns 1.5, sorry. But again, this is a bit basically misleading once more, because we had this major investor taking money out, about 60,000, and that actually did a drop. It looks like we lost a lot of money, but actually we didn't. But that's how FX Blue actually takes it out, and you can also see that that was back here in April, minus 16,000. But the individual investors didn't lose anything. And after that here, we have been a bit cautious on the profits itself, especially this particular week here. We dialed down a few things because we can see a bit of a trend that we don't really like at the moment. So better safe than sorry for now. And obviously we will pump it up again when we feel more safe and comfortable with everything. Same thing here for the RSI Liberator. It looks like it's in minus at the moment. Again, this is FX Blue that has set this up. This was also where about 1/3 or 30% for this particular account was removed overnight. Gave us a bit of a hiccup on the graph itself, but as you can see, the profit has been stably coming in, and no other investors was actually losing anything. You only lose something if you take it out, especially if the account is in drawdown. And here that one has been doing a bit better, 439 for that particular week. But that one is also currently sort of being limited to make sure that we get through the choppy waters of the Forex market here at the moment. Now, I mentioned to you earlier on that there's new updates, and the new updates actually from Expert Forex, and it's for the entire Liberty range version. So these are the new pruning functions. There's 2 new pruning functions in here, and all of them is actually available. So if you have bought these EAs, you can see here for the RSI Forex Liberator, you can download it for the Wave Liberator, and there's also for the Edge EA at the moment. So all 3 of the Liberty range is in here. We are already working on some of the testing to see how well this is going and which options we are using. We might use different options for different currency pairs again, because there's obviously some that are trading more sideways than others, and others are simply trending, similar to what we have experienced right now. So we are still in the testing phase to see exactly how this new update will affect things, but we know for now that this is not something that we're going to use for our trading strategy on the day-to-day. This is only for basically recovery when things are going a bit further out than what we want them to do, so bigger drawdowns over time. Then this is where this has to come in. Should not be part of your normal trading strategy. But again, here Alex is explaining how to use the trading robot pruning functions. And also here he'll explain a bit more. I'll make sure that the link is in the video description below, so you can go and have a closer look and get all his technical details. And obviously also it is important that there's a free Liberty Trading robot upgrade. Normally if you have the robot already, you'll get it automatically. Otherwise, there's also an option to get 80% off at the moment. So go to the Expert Forex website, have a closer look to see if you are ready to invest in this particular EA yourself, especially with the new upgrades. That might help you also and us, of course, in the future to make sure that the drawdowns are limited to hopefully less in the future. And that's what we had for you in this particular news report. We hope you liked it. We hope you enjoyed it. Please give us a thumbs up and a comment. And obviously we will continue to give you updates on everything that we are invested in and what we are trading, what is coming in the future, and how well we are doing and when we are running into trouble. So until my next video, see you around. Bye-bye.
I hope you enjoyed our news report. So please don't forget to like and add your comment below, as we would love to get your feedback. But before you go, make sure you subscribe to the channel and don't forget to keep the notification bell turned on. That way, you will never miss any of our future videos. We hope to see you back on this channel very soon.